Yeah, it's all coming out. The truth shall. One half of the Blonde Bombers, Sophie the Trophy Cunningham, launched her new podcast, and boy, she exposing the WNBA. Y'all are getting exposed for the nasty work y'all was doing. We said over and over again, and people tried to act like us, Caitlin Clark, Indiana Fever fans, were crazy and being soft when we said, yo, she's clearly being targeted.
Sophie Cunningham didn't just speak. She detonated a truth grenade the size of a WNBA arena. Apparently, some players aren't just guarding the paint. They are guarding their egos and plotting takedowns. Jealousy, front and center. Cheap shots, practically part of the playbook. It's not basketball anymore. It's Mean Girls, League Edition. And Caitlin Clark, she's the unwilling lead in this chaotic teen drama disguised as professional sports. Strap in, because this saga has more twists than a Kardashian group chat, and Sophie's serving the tea hotter than July nachos on blacktop.
If they didn't like you then, they sure aren't going to like you now. Sophie Cunningham has been making waves with the new podcast that she is now featured in, courtesy of The Volume. Sophie Cunningham letting it all out and not holding back one bit. She calls out the old guard. She calls out the people out there who refuse to say Caitlin Clark is the face of...
If Caitlin Clark walked away from the WNBA tomorrow, half the league would be in group therapy by sundown. ESPN would scramble to fill the gaping hole in its summer lineup, and diehard fans like you, the ones who watch every game, quote stats like scripture, and know rosters better than your own family, would hit the lights and exit stage left like it's the finale of a beloved series. The internet, a ghost town. No more WNBA memes, no live tweet meltdowns mid-game. Just silence, and the sound of a league realizing what it just lost.
Flagrantly foul player in the league. She gets hacked and grabbed all over the floor, knocked to the floor when the ball's not even in play. The refs don't call anything. Kathy Engelberg act like she got vision like Stevie Wonder, and she don't see any of this. This is ridiculous. She's the cash cow. She's the reason that people are even watching all of this. She's the reason for all of this stuff. And she is blatantly, clearly being targeted. Clearly. And everybody act like we was making it up. Now we have Sophie Cunningham, a member of the Indiana Fever who was with the Phoenix Mercury last year, who's giving us insight to the conversations that were happening with the targeting toward Caitlin Clark. It was never about basketball, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's be real. Some players wouldn't just tolerate Caitlin Clark's exit. They'd probably show up to her retirement press conference with balloons, party hats, and a group selfie captioned "Finally." Because here's the uncomfortable truth. Caitlin Clark isn't just in the league. She is the league. She's not a rising star. She's the whole constellation. The face on the billboards, the headline on every article, the reason the upper decks aren't ghost towns. She's the only name that makes casual fans sit through a full Sky versus Fever game like it's appointment television, even when her teammates are shooting like they've been hexed by a vengeful goblin living in the rim.
Only one face of the WNBA. There's only one person that has casuals sitting down in front of a TV, glued to their sofa, watching the WNBA. Sophie Cunningham also talks about how teams target being rough with Caitlin Clark. We gotta toughen her up. We gotta rough her up a little bit. We gotta really show her what it's like over here in the WNBA. And Sophie Cunningham says there's how we treat rookies, and then we had to add a little something extra for Caitlin Clark. She also talks about defending Caitlin Clark in that viral Connecticut Sun game and what the locker room chatter was between her and Caitlin.
Take Caitlin Clark out of the equation. And it's not just Indiana that crumbles. It's the entire illusion of WNBA momentum. And let's not pretend this is some shocking epiphany we stumbled across in our 5 next to the half-off Lynx jerseys. People have been yelling it into the void since her college days. Last year, this year, next year, it's all the same story. The red flags are waving like it's a parade. The fandom? Fragile. And if Caitlin ever decides she's had enough and says, "I'm done," the fallout will be immediate and brutal. Engagement will nosedive, and no TikTok trend, glittery rebrand, or PR stunt will be able to duct tape the league back together.
How about our podcast? She's already got 122,000 views in one damn day. And that's just the YouTube side. This podcast, I believe, is on The Volume, which is Colin Cowherd's podcast network. So that's a lot of...
Enter Sophie Cunningham, the league's lovable agent of chaos. While everyone else is busy playing it cool and pretending the locker room isn't simmering with drama, Sophie's the one tossing confetti and shouting, "You're seeing this, right?" She's not just here to play, she's here to pop off. A certified hooper with a jumper and a punchline. The kind of player who can lock up your star and roast your outfit in the same breath. So when Sophie went full scorched earth on that podcast, breaking down how players are openly targeting Caitlyn like she's wearing a jersey that says "Hit me, I'm famous." That wasn't just a moment. That was the moment. The one where someone finally said what we've all been thinking. Because let's stop sugarcoating it. This isn't some rookie growing pains storyline. Caitlyn's not getting tossed around because she's new. She's getting pinged like a pinball because she's Caitlin Clark. The jealousy? Thicker than a WNBA contract's fine print. And Sophie? She's the only one with the guts and the comedic timing to say it out loud.
Literally, pisses me off when people are like, she's not the face of the league.
Who would be?
What?
Sabrina? No.
No, there's really good, well-known people in our league. I'm not discrediting them. We have a lot of badasses in our league.
Yeah.
Hell yeah to that. I'm all for that. But when people try to argue that she's not the face of our league,
Yeah.
or if our league would be where we're at without her.
And the thing is, she wasn't wrong. Every game feels like a new episode of Who Wants to Foul Caitlyn Today. It's not defense. It's a league-wide hazing ritual dressed up as tough love. Elbows in the ribs, ghost whistles, fouls that exist only in the ref's imagination. It's like the officials are playing Mario Kart and Caitlyn's the unlucky banana peel getting tossed every possession. Meanwhile, her teammates look like they are stuck in a glitch, caught between help defense and helplessness. And the league? Still gaslighting everyone with the same tired line. It's just part of the rookie learning curve. But Sophie? She's not buying it, and she's definitely not selling it. She saw the nonsense and called it out. Cleats on, MIC hot. While everyone else danced around the Caitlyn situation, Sophie stomped through it like a truth-telling tornado, and fans ate up every second. It wasn't a podcast. It was a 60-minute masterclass in clarity, charisma, and controlled chaos. Exactly what the WNBA needs more of. Not another Bay's PR statement about respecting all athletes or corporate speak wrapped in passive neutrality. Sophie came in like she was auditioning for Wild 'N Out, dropping bars so sharp they could cut tape. And for once, the whole basketball world stopped to listen. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. Caitlyn's not just getting bumped. She's being tested. She's not being welcomed. She's being warned. The message is loud and clear. You're not one of us, yet.
This Caitlin Clark friendship, like a cow. She was on somebody's podcast and said, when people try to argue she's not the face of the league, you're dumb as shit. Now, mind you, face of the league and most popular are two different things. I don't think she's the face of the league, but I think she's the most popular in some sections.
And here's where it gets downright bizarre. Flip on any commercial, scroll through any highlight reel, or watch any major network promo, and who's front and center? Caitlin Clark, again, and again, and again. It's like the league can't stop using her face to sell the product while simultaneously pretending she's not the main event. Like putting a celebrity chef on the restaurant poster, then sticking them in the back to scrub dishes. You can't have it both ways, WNBA. She's either the future or she's the problem. But you don't get to profit off the former while enabling the latter. And that's exactly what Sophie Cunningham shattered wide open. The league's favorite contradiction. This delicious, awkward paradox where Caitlyn is the engine driving ticket sales, media frenzy, and cultural relevance, yet somehow defending her on the court is treated like giving her an unfair advantage. Meanwhile, Sophie's out here doing the league's marketing department a favor just by existing. She's funny, unpredictable, bold, like if Chandler Bing had a smooth jumper and rocked a ponytail. She's the type who could turn a post-game press conference into a late-night comedy sketch, and fans love her for it. Because at the end of the day, Sophie's not just calling it how she sees it. She's showing the league what authenticity actually looks like. Unfiltered, unapologetic, and impossible to ignore.
Shout out to Sophie Cunningham, aka the Pink Power Ranger, and Wes Wilson. They have a podcast called Show Me Something that they just launched. And yeah, I'm tuned in. So look, what we all been witnessing right before our eyes about our precious CC, my precious CC, Caitlin Clark, for the ones who didn't know. So basically, she was saying that when they was preparing, when she was on the other team before she came to the Indiana Fever, we talking about Sophie Cunningham. She was basically saying that the Phoenix Mercury players were basically game planning and saying that they was going to